You are live on YouTube.
Hey, how are you? So you did. They weren't on. Good morning. Welcome to the October 18th meeting of the Human Services Committee. I know that we have our Commissioner of Social Services and also our Director of Countryside Adult Home here. I'd like to call the meeting to order. I'd like to ask for approval of the prior committee meeting minutes, please.
I'll make that motion.
Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor Smith on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Great, thanks. We've got some action agenda items and new business items. I would like, as we do in the past, I would like to do Countryside Adult Home agenda first. And Chris, if you could take us through that, please.
Good morning. I think that we have Amy McBurn on
Oh,
Zoom
yeah, on Zoom. That's what I meant to
to
say. I'm
handle
sorry.
her agenda.
And she had contacted us over the weekend requesting that. And again, thank you, Amy, for that.
Is
So,
she all set to go? If not, I can definitely
No.
go through it.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
yep, we can hear you, Amy. Good
Okay,
morning.
I'm all ready to go if everyone's okay with that.
Mhm.
Okay, my first action item is I'd like to renew my service agreement with Action Septic for the amount of $1,260 with a do not exceed for $2,000 for unexpected repairs. The rationale is the preventative maintenance that we're putting into this building has been tenfold. We have not had any issues since we started doing this. And also it's 50% reimbursable through Department of Health.
Great. Motion to bring that to the floor, Mr. McGowan
Second.
and Ms. Smith. Thank you very much. Any discussion or questions for Amy on item number one? Great. I will call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. Number two, please, Amy.
The next item that I'm requesting is for us to amend our budget, Countryside's budget, to reflect that we're going to be receiving an equal award in the amount of $36,010. Very odd amount, I know. This is to purchase items that the residents specifically requested. So outdoor furniture, new fire pit, things of that nature.
Great. Nice. Do I have a motion to bring that to the floor? Supervisor Smith and Supervisor Shepler on the second, please. Thank you. Any discussion? Any questions? Okay. I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. Discussion items. Resolution request form number 4, please.
That's just to renew the service agreement.
7. Okay, if you could just bring us through the census report and the overtime report, please.
For September, our census was 34. We admitted 2 people. It's actually currently 35. And I have 3 pending admits. So census continues to increase. The overtime, you can see the last payroll from 9/26, we actually had no overtime at all. We've had 3 payrolls with no overtime. So we're under from last year.
Good news. Thank you. Any other questions for Amy on her report? Great. Be well. Thank you for zooming in this morning.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the Human Service Report for the Department of Social Services. And good morning, Chris.
Morning, everyone. Guess we can start with the personnel requests as the first action item.
Correct.
The first thing I have is a notice of intent to fill a position of caseworker number 9 in our Child Protective Services unit. It's a grade 16, step 4. Base salary is $45,831. This is due to a lateral staff move to the foster care unit.
Oh,
You
go ahead.
want me to just run right through these,
What
or do you want to discuss each one individually?
does the committee feel about,
Go right through them. Let him just go through them.
okay, we'll go through each of them or one by one.
Do we have to have a motion on each one of these?
You can make one motion to approve them together.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it that way.
Okay, so yeah, why don't you take us through all of the personnel requests, please, Chris?
Okay, so the second one is a notice of intent to fill caseworker position, again, in the Child Services unit. Again, it's grade 16. This one is due to a lateral staff move as well to the Adult Protective Services unit. And the last position I have here is a notice of intent to fill the position of caseworker number 37. This is in the CPS unit as well. Again, a grade 16, and this is from a position that was vacated prior to 2021 and not filled yet that we want to fill. So that would be it for our personnel requests. These positions are mandated and reimbursed through the state. So we're hoping to fill those.
A motion to bring the 3 notices of intent to fill to the floor. Supervisor McGowan and Supervisor Scheffler on the second. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call the questions. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. Number 2, Chris, request to amend table of organization.
All right, this is a request that we are seeking to create and fill 2 temporary HEAP positions. And this is in response to a new GIS that came out from the state for a new HEAP program. It's a regular arrears supplement. It requires a lot of manual work and outreach. So with our current staffing in HEAP, it's going to be very difficult to make sure that we reach all these people and get this benefit out as it should be distributed. So with that said, these are temporary positions. They do not have county benefits. They would typically last maybe up to 6 months if we can fill them. It's 100% reimbursement as long as our allocation exists. After the allocation runs out, if we still need help, we will still get 50% reimbursement on these positions.
Right.
So again, it's a temporary position, and we're hoping to be able to get some help to make sure that we can adequately distribute these funds that are newly available through the
Great.
HEAP program.
Thank you for the backup information. I also, I think, read about this in the local newspapers too. So motion to bring it to the floor, Mr. McGowan and Supervisor Scheffler on the second. Any questions or discussion? On number 2, I will call the questions. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. And number 3 is a request to amend the budget.
All right, thank you. The last one I have here is a request for resolution to amend the budget to increase revenue and expenses to reflect the receipt of some funds that we get from the state called captive care funds. We do generally get these each year, so I bring it to committee when the time is right. Right now, we're getting $50,000 for 2021 to 2022. We have an agreement with the Baywood Center to provide these services for Warren County residents in need. This is for substance abuse disorders. So we're hoping to amend the budget to include that money and to be able to spend that money for the services from Baywood. CAPCA stands for Child Abuse Prevention Treatment Act, and CARA stands for Comprehensive Addictive Recovery Act. Any questions on that one?
No.
Motion to bring that to the floor, Mr. McGowan and Supervisor Smith. Thank you. Any questions or comments? I will call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. I
And
do believe Julie's got some information in regards to our fiscal updates.
great. Good morning, Julie.
Right, for our expenses at the end of the third quarter, we're under the 75% mark, which is good news. And our revenue is above 75%. So that's as good as we can hope for. We also have some good news that our Medicaid shares are going to be going down a little bit. I don't have the letter yet, so that I'll know exactly how much. I am anticipating needing some of that. We have a few more kids in our secure detention than what we had planned on. So it's nice that we have a little funding that can help support that. And then for our overtime, until we get all of our positions filled and all of the caseworkers up and running, because it takes quite a while, I think the overtime is expected. We're trying to keep it as low as possible, but there's just an incredible amount of work, a lot of calls right now. So not a lot we can do about that other than try to get the positions filled.
Does anyone have any questions or comments to share with Julie or back with Chris? Thank you very much. There are no referrals or pending items. Privilege of the floor and public comment. Do any of the members of the committee have anything to say? Does anyone who's not on the committee have anything that they would like to share? And Mr. Lehman, do we have anything from the public on YouTube, please? I'm guessing not. I'd like to thank all of the supervisors who hang around for the human service meeting. It's nice to see faces. Sometimes in the past, it's been kind of a mad exit for my meeting. I'm not sure why. I think I do a pretty good job, but
Do an awesome job.
I certainly know that that Chris, Julie, and Amy do a dynamite job, and I thank them for that. There being nothing else to discuss, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn. Supervisor Smith and Supervisor Frazier. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.
We still have one more